In today's video, I'll be replaying the career of Tim Tebow, not only the career, but recreating his Heisman season where he won the Heisman with Florida and ended up winning a national championship. Tebow capped an unprecedented season by becoming the first sophomore in NCAA history to win the Heisman Trophy. He joined Steve Spurrier and Danny Wuerffel as Gator Heisman winners. Tebow was known as a physical, tough quarterback where he rushed and passed for 51 touchdowns during the regular season, becoming the first of the great spread quarterbacks to win the Heisman. Tebow would take over the starting job in 2007 and proceeded to record one of the finest seasons in NCAA history. He threw for 3,132 yards and 29 touchdowns with just 6 interceptions, and he rushed for 828 yards. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. Okay, so we start the video off playing against Toledo. First game, throw a nice shot to Shorter, get into the end zone, and off to a great start for Tim Tebow. Right here, snap, running around. Can't find anyone, but we get the first down, run a guy over, starting to use the legs early. Right here, once again, moving within the pocket, make a guy miss, and we're off to the races. Get tackled for a gain of 18 out of bounds. Right here in the red zone, find a guy open for a touchdown on the board for 7-14. Right here, moving the ball a little bit, find a guy over the middle, nice post. We're in the red zone. And then we end up scoring on that drive, hit another deep pass. Right here, scrambling a little bit, get to the outside, make a man miss, get down the sideline, gaining 15. Right here, again, we're running, scrambling around, get a nice block by the receiver, get another block, run a corner over, get out of bounds, throw a touchdown right here. Up by 14 right here, late in the third. Complete a little short pass out to Shorter, get a little yards after the catch. We'll always take that. Right here again, avoid a sack, hit the running back on the wheel for a touchdown. Now we're just trying to run up the score, run with Tebow, trying to get in the zone, get down on the red zone. We find a guy open in the corner of the end zone for another touchdown. Find Ricky Pearsall over the middle. We end up winning the first game against Toledo. Great start for Tebow. Now we're playing against one of our rivals, Miami. This game also hasn't been played in a really long time, so love to see this just, on the screen, and hopefully this can be, a game we see in the future. But we're making people miss early. Game's pretty competitive, 14-10, but we find a guy deep on the post, wide open, trying to get some points before halftime to extend this lead. Right here, we're running another play, lining everything up, making sure we use the rest of this clock. Don't turn the ball over here. You got to get into the end zone, find a way. Throw a pass out to Zippier, and he gets in. Beautiful. Up 21-17 after halftime. Running around. Line's not really protecting well, but we're making people miss. We're extending the drive and making plays with our legs. Right here again, find a guy over the middle. Middle of the field's been pretty open this game against Miami, so we'd love to take that. Running a little option right here, and we fumble. Big mistake by Tim Tebow. A guide picks it up. We try to run him down, but at this point, it's looking like a lost cause, and Miami's going to end up taking the lead off that turnover miscue by us. We're trying to make up for it on the next drive. Complete a pass over the middle to Ricky Pearsall, and now we're in the red zone. We're looking, scanning, find a open receiver for a touchdown. Next possession, scrambling around, making people miss, and now we're starting to see kind of the legs of what made Tebow so great. The arm talent's there. Find Ricky Pearsall again for a nice completion. Find Shorter again for another nice completion down to the red zone. End up scoring on that drive. Now we're up by 11, so we're trying to eat some clock here, run the ball, and we end up winning that game against Miami. Now we're 2-0 against Tennessee, one of the harder earlier rivalries that are in college football early in the year. But we completed a nice pass to Ricky Pearsall. We're down 13-0, so we're already in chase mode. But we throw another deep pass to Shorter. He breaks a tackle and gets us into the end zone for the first touchdown. We hit Shorter again on another deep ball, and they cannot cover this guy. We hit Pearsall for a short completion, down 10 right now in the third quarter. Trying to move the ball, make plays, find Shorter again. He's having a great monster game right now. Running again, and we find Henderson for a deep ball. Now we're down one possession, still trying to make things happen in the fourth quarter. We throw a pick, though, so it's looking pretty dire for us right now. We got to make this tackle. We big hit the DB. But somehow we get the ball back. We're down 12. We score quick, down 5. We get the ball back again, and we find Shorter again for what looks to be the game-winning drive right here. 29-24. We have to score right here. Can't take a sack, and we end up getting in the end zone. Game goes to OT. Tennessee ends up kicking a field goal. We have the ball first. Lowers the shoulder. We get in the end zone. We end up closing that game out. Crazy close game against the Vols right there. Now we're on the road against Kentucky. We're 3-0. Should be ranked, in my opinion, but we got to put on a nice performance. We're wearing the orange pants. You know how we're getting down with that, alternate jerseys. But we find a receiver over the middle for a nice completion. Once again, just dotting him up, hitting shorter all over the field. He's looking like the go-to guy for us right here. But scrambling around, running, getting loose, making the DB miss. And we got to try to find the end zone right here. Don't have enough gas to get there, but we're down into the red zone. And we end up scoring on the following possession, flip sides of the ball in the second quarter. Hit the little Tebow. Why not? Right here again in the red zone. Complete another touchdown. Throw to shorter. Hit Zippier across the middle. Beautiful. Great completion right there for the guy. So we're snapping the ball, kind of running some offense, slowing down, up 14 right here. We need to, continue to build on this lead in the SEC game. We hit shorter again for the nice corner route. Right here again, nothing available. We tuck it and run, get up the middle, get down to the 2-yard line for a gain of 20, end up scoring on that possession. We're up by 14. Kentucky's making a competitive game. Hit Pearsall again for a gain of 21. And shorter again for another deep completion. That dude has been a menace all year. Future Biletnikoff winner. We end up got Tebow running, hit the draw, touchdown, and we end up beating Kentucky. Now we're 4-0, start the game off against Arkansas with a deep pass to Henderson. That's how we like to see it. That's what we need. Stat padding games, explosive plays to start games. Right here running with Tim Tebow, getting a couple yards, getting a gain of 10. 7-7. Arkansas is, responding, but we're driving down the field, getting to the red zone right here. We end up running, creating, magical plays and getting down to the 1. We keep it here on the zone read, getting to the end zone. Up touchdown right here, hitting the Tebow. Throw a nice pass over the middle to Ricky Pearsall. He's making people miss, making them look silly, and he gets tackled for a gain of 47. Now we got Tebow running around. He finds Pearsall again over the middle. Love a completion of 18. Running, scrambling, making people miss, getting down. Right here. Find Zippier for a touchdown. And we're just putting it on Arkansas at this point. It's 42-17, so we're just kind of trying to get out the game. No injuries, clean football, and we end up winning that game. Put up some monster stats. You can see them there. They're showcased. Now we're playing against LSU in Death Valley, so we know it's going to be a tough game playing there. They're 4-2. We're 5-0 and still not ranked. I don't know what they're doing over there in the AP poll, but we're going to try to make a statement against this game against LSU and need to put up good points. Throw a nice pass to Zippier for a gain of 24. Now we're scrambling. We're taking off, making people miss, fall down for a gain of 23. Tebow finds Zippier over the middle. Love that completion. Gain of 29. We find shorter again for a nice pass to get out of bounds. We're just constantly just putting pressure on LSU. We're having to find the end zone, make it competitive, put it into track meet mode. 14-10 right before halftime. We're trying to get out of bounds. We need to get points before halftime. Got a couple plays with us, one timeout. We hit Zippier over the middle. Got to get down there and clock it, call our timeout, and we find Zippier again for the touchdown. Huge to get a lead right there, up 11 on the road. We find Henderson to start the third quarter. It'd be nice to step on their neck right here and score again. Find Pearsall, and we end up going up 18 in the third quarter. And right here, the game's pretty much under control, but we're finding Henderson again, moving the ball kind of at will at this point. Starting to run it, move some clock, get down, slide, protect himself. Tebow finds Henderson again, but almost misses. We end up beating LSU, though. Great win for us. Finally ranked, only ranked 20, but we're playing Missouri on the road in Columbia. Start off the game in this rainy weather by breaking a 23-yard run with Tebow. We end up backtracking that, though, and throwing an interception right here. Not a good look. But Tebow, again, running. Looks like running might be the strong suit of this game. Turns on the Jets, and he finds his way into the end zone for a huge gain. End up going up 7-3, and we're running again. It looks like the coverage is pretty good for Missouri, but they didn't, have the game plan for Tebow's legs. So we're just breaking off runs after runs, just doing what we can to move the football. Get tackled right on the 22. Finally complete a nice pass to Zippier across the middle to get in the pass game going. We're up 13-3 on the road. Bad weather. Looking. We find Zippier again for the touchdown, buying time. Offensive line's doing really good protecting. Hit Zippier again, looking like the main target this game, so he's having an explosive game. We're running right here, making people miss, getting loose, getting to the sideline. Beautiful. Get picked up. Getting to the end zone right here. And Tebow, play of the game. Balling out, doing what we can. Love this. All right, right here, we find Zapier for over the middle, gain of 24 against Georgia. A good rivalry game. We end up moving up to 6. Georgia is 2. This is a huge win for not only national playoff implications, but for the SEC championship, and this is also our rival. We end up, dotting them up. We're up a 7 right here, and Henderson doesn't have enough to get to the end zone, but beautiful. Tebow finds end zone. We're up by 14 right here, hitting shorter. Game's gotten a lot closer, 21-28, and it's a beautiful ball to Henderson. He lays out for it. We're up 11. We throw a pick to Keely Ringo, and that's not looking too good right there. So we gotta put them away, running, getting first downs. Game's not over yet. Georgia's making it competitive, but we're finding people and we're moving the football. Zapier catches a beautiful pass over the middle, getting to the red zone, end up scoring. Now we're running again, run a guy over, and we end up finding our way into the end zone for the win. Big win for the Florida Gators against Georgia, and we should be moving up in the polls. We end up moving up to number 3, playing a 4-4 decent 4-4 Vanderbilt team on the road or at home, and we're rocking the Spurrier throwbacks with the white helmet. So we got to get this done, but not getting it done right here. Throwing a pick right here, running with Tebow. See green grass with Tebow. We're gonna go. We're gonna get going. Get down for a gain of 27. Running zone read, and we find ourselves into the end zone. Up 21-3. So this game's out of hand really in the third quarter. Just building on the lead, compounding the stats. Find Zapier again, getting down into the red zone. Love the big tight end target. End up going up 28-3, and we hit another deep pass to Zapier. We end up winning that game. Now we're playing my mom's alma mater, South Carolina, the Gamecocks, but we're wearing an interesting jersey combination, blue pants with the blue alternate helmet. So we'll see how we get done with this, but end up finding shorter for the first touchdown of the game. Tebow breaking tackles, and we decide to run right here, making that corner look foolish, just zooming across the screen. Right here again, we find Zapier for another gain. Going to fall down into the red zone and get into the end zone for a touchdown. Tebow taking off as well, and we're up by 17 already pretty early in this game. Finding Henderson as well. Beautiful completion, throw and catch. 23-10 right here. Deep shot to try to end the game, really. End up going up 20 right there, but South Carolina's starting to climb back into the game, and it doesn't help when we're throwing picks like that. 30-24 now, starting to try to move the ball. South Carolina's starting to get that momentum. 37-31. We have the ball with 2 minutes left. Trying to ice the game, and we do this by getting this first down and dragging defenders. South Carolina sees a timeout, and we end up getting out the game with a dub. Now we're playing FCS Southeast. That game doesn't matter, so we're going to skip through that. We're playing Florida State, one of the biggest rivals. They're ranked 13. They're 9-2, and we're 3-0. And Florida State has nothing better on their mind than beating Florida and ruining our national championship hopes. But we have other plans with Tebow. It's 10-14. Hit Zapier for a deep ball, get him out of bounds. Right here, throw a nice pass to shorter, run a guy over, fall down, complete another pass to shorter, fall down. And we just break the record right here. So that was in the SEC championship game. Not a whole lot of stats from there, but we wanted to show that. Now we're in the national championship against Ohio State. It's 21-28 in the third quarter. We break off this pass right here to tie the game. It's been a back and forth battle the whole game. 28-35, driving down the field in the fourth quarter. This game's for the ages in the Rose Bowl. What more could you ask for? Completed down the Zapier in the red zone. We tie it up 35-38. And game on the line, we throw a touchdown to Zapier. We end up winning the national championship, holding up Billy Napier. And this was a great win for Florida and the Gators. We end up going undefeated and winning a Heisman. So we will go into our stats here once this rolls. So for our stats, we had a QB rating of 21.8, completions of 24%. We had, great attempts. We threw for almost 5,000 yards, 38 passing touchdowns, 10 interceptions. On the ground, we had 205 attempts, 1,033 yards, 24 rushing touchdowns, average 5 yards a carry. To recap Tim Tebow's Heisman stats in real life, he threw for 3,132 yards, 29 touchdowns with just 6 interceptions, and he rushed for 828 yards and 22 scores, and as he won the Heisman over Arkansas running back Darren McFadden. If you guys like videos like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I know I've been pretty inconsistent with the uploads, but we're posting a lot of content over on my media channels. Regime Jester, we're going to try to heat these things up, as we continue to grow this channel. I really appreciate the support. Guys, let me know in the comments what kind of football series or gaming videos in general you like to see. Until next time, it's your boy Regime Jester, and I'll catch you for the next one.